Right. If you guys are ready, I think we will go ahead and kick off the September Get Moving Middleton. For those of you that just joined us, we learned this morning that my lifelong dream is to be a clogger. So look for me soon in a parade near you, I guess. But welcome. We're so excited to have you guys joining us. My name is Kristen, parent with the Middleton Chamber, and we are excited today to highlight Capital Bank, who is our September sponsor of the month. We really appreciate their support, along with our annual sponsors of MG&E, Marco Technologies, Premier Retirement Partners, and the Hilton Garden Inn. So with their support, we're able to make these events possible, and we just truly appreciate them partnering with us to make it happen. So a few things as we move through today. We've all done more Zooms than we could probably count or want to be on at this point, but that is where we're at. So just make sure you can leave yourself on mute during this. We love those cameras on just to see your beautiful shining faces. I am going to turn closed captioning on here in a second. So if that is something that you don't need, you can turn it off or hide those. So that will be an option once here I click that button. So it's kind of hard to pass virtual business cards when we're in or pass business cards when we're in a virtual meeting, I should say. So we will be sending out a list of attendees after the meeting. You'll get that tomorrow morning from me. If you do not want your email included in that, totally fine. Just shoot me an email by the end of the day and I'll be sure to remove you from that list. So always encouraging you guys to check out that community events calendar, our member news section. We've got press releases, job postings, and the newest one we created is a community events page for all of those things that are happening to support great organizations throughout the year. Our resource page, we keep active and keep going. So as news and things happen related to COVID or just business resources, make sure you guys are checking that out. And the really great thing, one of the silver linings, I think, is that recording these events is a little bit easier with Zoom so that we're able to really have our YouTube channel that has past programming. So if you guys miss anything, make sure you're checking out there to go back and watch previous recordings. So with that, I'll turn it back to Lisa to do some membership updates.
Morning, everyone. Happy to be here. I'm Lisa with the Middleton Chamber. I work with membership, if you haven't met me already. Just a reminder to follow us on social media. If you don't, we do post quite a bit on social media. Next up for me is our membership milestones. And I think something that's notable about this page is the number of renewals that we had in the month of August. So thanks to all of those members who renewed. And now it's time to welcome our new members. First up is Shelley Noble of Advantage Publications and Marketing. They offer 3 comprehensive websites and are the best online apartment resource in Madison and the greater Dane County. Then we have veteran Erica Shore Evans. She's the owner of Ant Dogs 2 Veterinary Clinic. Erica and her staff use fear-free techniques to reduce animal stress and promote an enjoyable visit for all of their patients. So welcome to Erica. Next up, we have Andy Painter of Aero Exterior Design, and they are your company for residential and commercial decking, roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Next up, we have Sarah. She's the owner of Cornerstone Caregiving, which is a senior home care service that allows your loved ones to stay where they feel the most comfortable in their home. Next, we have Margaret, and she's the owner of Integrated Art Group. They specialize in creating memorable environments and experiences with art in both your home and your business. Lisa Nelson is with Jovial Creative, and they're a marketing company focused on letting more customers know about your business. Then we have Kyle Arneson, and he is the founder of a new veterans organization called Objective Veteran Smile. I found out that most veterans don't have dental insurance, so Kyle works with local dentists to provide a much needed service for those veterans. And then last up is the Alternative Board, Ginger and Mike. They bring together business owners to serve as peers on think tank advisory groups. And then next we have our ambassadors of the month, Ryan Paulsrud and Diana Decker. Really appreciate everything that they have done over the last month to connect with our members. My final section here is just microgroups. So these are the ones that we know are meeting. Feel free to start your own or join one of these. So now I'm going to turn it back to Kristen.
right, I get the fun part to talk about upcoming September events that you guys may or hopefully will attend with us. So our on-track session for September is how to build an authentic, personal, and professional brand. So we have a couple experts in branding that are coming to kind of walk you through those steps. A really great session for economic development, I feel like this month, is something that I'm interested in learning, is the role that the University of Wisconsin plays in our local economy and how that plays together in the pool. We are continuing networking blitz. So on Tuesday, the 21st, we'll be doing our virtual one-on-one networking. So that's the speed dating, we call it, where you're bounced around to individual conversations with 7 different people for 7 minutes during that 1 hour time. And we round out the month. Super excited about this one too, is that, again, a silver lining of Zoom meetings is that we can bring in national speakers. So we have someone from St. Louis joining us. Networking, it's your superpower is the topic, about networking strategies, things to keep in mind, how to be a super networker. So please join us for any of those. Registrations are all open on the website. And then, of course, I have to plug Sportoberfest. So if you guys have been watching social media and the newsletter, you've seen some fun videos that we did to promote this. We are not sportsy people. Lisa can attest to that. But it was super, super fun, you guys. So if you guys are all chamber members being on here, so you don't have to fill your team with other chamber members. They can be non-members. Just bring out a group of friends and have a really great time trying these rubber chicken tosses and, all the other fun things that we have planned. And if you really truly aren't sportsy but really want to come and check it out, we do have networking tickets available for that, which also includes the food and drink options for the event. So hope you guys can join us. It's quickly approaching. We're about a month out on October 5th for that. So with that, we are going to move into our speaker section for today. As I mentioned, Capital Bank is our sponsor for today. So I would like to introduce Troy Mitchell from Capital Bank. Troy has 32 years of commercial banking experience, 22 of those within the local Madison market. He's an expert in all areas of treasury management, business finance, and commercial real estate financing. Troy holds a bachelor's degree in finance from the Iowa State University. Troy's recent community involvement has included a junior achievement board member and a Verona High School hockey booster. His hobbies include golfing, hunting, fishing, spending time with his wife and son. So Troy, with that, I'd love to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Kristen. On behalf of Capital Bank, we're happy to sponsor the month of September for Get Moving Middleton. And at Capital Bank, we began in business in 1995. So we're going to be celebrating 26 years in business in October here. And we employ about 60 people. And right now we have 2 locations. We have our original location here off Old Sauk Road in Middleton. And then also we have the Verona Bank. And right now we're constructing our east location. So that's under construction right now. The footings are in and the walls are going up. So we're excited to have our 3rd location, and that's going to be located in the American Family Business Park on the east side of Madison. So that'll help serve our east side clients. And we expect that to be operational by the end of this year. We're a growing bank. We've grown to about $475 million in assets. We're a 5-star rated bank by Bauer Financial. And an important point too is we have a diverse local shareholder base. So our board of directors are all local business people. So we enjoy the local business knowledge from our board of directors. Our culture is based on integrity and relationships, people, communication, and performance. And if you take a look at what we do, go to the next slide, please. We're in business banking. So we help our business clients collect from their vendors and order from their vendors, and also collect from their customers cash. And how we do that is with our online banking services. We help our business clients mitigate the fraud activity through using Positive Pay. We have deposit scanners where our customers can scan checks that they take in from their customers, and that creates an electronic deposit that comes right to their bank account. We also help with merchant card processing. So when our customers are taking payment from credit cards, we help process those credit cards. Also, we offer corporate credit cards, so our customers can pay with corporate credit cards. And also, many of our customers have investment strategies where they need their deposits to be 100% insured by the FDIC insurance. So we use CDARS, which provides FDIC insurance for deposits over 250,000. So that's pretty important for a lot of our customers. On the commercial lending front, we are experts in commercial real estate lending. We also do business term loans. We do lines of credit. We help businesses finance growth in assets, or if they have ownership succession plans, helping new owners in a business buy into a business is a lot of what we do also. So we also have a mortgage lending department where we do residential mortgages, and we do residential mortgages out of our Middleton location, Verona location. We will also be doing mortgage lending out of our East location once it's complete. We offer personal banking services, which includes personal loans, depository services, and then also we offer private banking to our business owners. We also do a lot of financing for professional practices, where if you have a partner who wants to buy into a dental practice or an engineering firm or a law firm or an accounting firm, we help for those up and coming partners to buy into their practices. Next slide, please. Why we do it? We believe in the purpose of community banking, which is being a trusted, reliable resource in our community. And how we have done this recently in 2020 and 2021, we approved $47 million of PPP loans that helped our customers employ 3,274 employees. So that was 336 loans we did, and all our bankers worked around the clock to get these funds out to our customers who needed them to get through the pandemic. Also, our 60 bankers give back by serving in over 40 local boards and committees. And last year, we donated over $65,000 to non-for-profits in the Madison area. Next slide, please. So that's a little bit about Capital Bank. We've been in the Middleton market for 26 years, and we're excited to be growing on the east side of Madison. And I'm happy to answer any questions. You'll see my email there, and then also my mobile phone. So happy to be a resource to anybody who belongs to the Middleton Chamber, and we're happy to be supporters of the Middleton Chamber. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy. That's awesome. I love the who, what, and why. So it's like you're a bunch of smarty pants bankers that we just come to, and you guys help us figure out and navigate all of that. I think you guys have a great team. Natalie's awesome to work with when we set up things like this, and I know Jill has always been a huge supporter of the banks or of the chamber. So thank you, Jill, and Troy. Obviously, we love having you around as well. So I also notice you guys like out in the community all the time and all the great things you're doing. So thank you for supporting the community.
You bet.
So with that, my next introduction is of Officer Tom Wilson. Officer Tom Wilson has been with the department for over 18 years. His current assignment is Community Awareness Officer. He's in charge of community outreach events and training, and is currently in charge of the active shooter presentations for the department. So Tom, we'd love to hear from you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me here today. And why I'm here today is to just let you guys know that our department offers active shooter, otherwise known as active threat training. There is no cost to your business. It is a service we provide to the community. And on the slide here, I just wanted to briefly cover kind of what we try to accomplish in these trainings if we come to your business. So as we've seen, we do need to prepare, unfortunately, for active shooter, active threat events. It keeps happening, and as we saw 3 years ago, it did unfortunately happen here in Middleton at Paradigm. Another reason for this is businesses are, over the last 20 years, these incidents have occurred most frequent in business settings A lot of people think that these school is the number one, but it is actually business settings. So when we come, we'll set up, it can be a large group, it can be a small group. Normally we run a minimum we like to have is 1 hour to get some of the information. Ideally, we would like to have 2 hours. If we have 2 hours, we can, or even more, to cover all of our training goals. And again, what we cover kind of varies on the time frame and a little bit on the business. So if we come, we're going to talk about again why we need to prepare, because we know it can happen. Lessons learned from previous tragic events. We will cover, depending on the time frame, we will talk about paradigm, our response to it, what happened afterwards, a little information about that. We'll also talk about other big events that have happened throughout the country. We let people know what active shooter is, kind of what it encompasses. And then the biggest thing that the presentation is going to cover is how people can respond. If you're involved or find yourself in one of these tragic situations, what are your best options for survival? How are you and your employees or your family, what's the best thing you can do in these incidents? We'll talk about law enforcement responses, like what you will see from us and other law enforcement agencies. And then depending again on time, we can cover a little bit about rendering aid if someone is hurt. And then we can talk about warning signs of someone that may be showing signs that they could do something tragic at work, how to prevent workplace violence. We can offer resources to the business. We can do safety checks for the business. We get a lot of people that send us their business response procedures. We can look it over, see if something needs to be modified or improved. We check for building safety, interior, outside. And then lastly, one of the things we also do is a little slide on how you can talk to your kids about active shooters, active threat situations. Again, no cost to your business. And what we talk about, it doesn't just apply to a workplace setting. It applies to everywhere you are in life, from whether you're at the grocery store, the movie theater, your kids' sporting events, church. So the response to these events is for everywhere, not just your business. So if anyone has any quick questions, otherwise you can feel free to contact our department. I will work on setting it up with your business, and we can come out and provide this training.
Perfect. Thank you, officer. I think it's important, like what you said, is just like, how do you respond? You know, like, what do you do if you find yourself in that situation? None of us want to, obviously. And just kind of what to expect. Like, you know, like you said, what does the department do if that situation happens? What are they going to see the Middleton Police Department doing during that? So thank you for sharing that. I hope you guys will all consider that. I think, you know, I've got kiddos in school, and I know that they practice for intruders and things like that. So it's equally important for us as adults to also be prepared for unfortunate situations that we really don't happen, but to be ready for it is important. So thank you. Okay, my next introduction is also very exciting. I'm going to introduce Officer Howard Stotts and Zeki. So in September of 2018, Officer Howard Stotts was chosen as the department's first K-9 handler. Zeki has had a productive year in his patrol capacity in 2020 and was deployed over 45 times. K-9 Zeki and Officer Stotts were able to use the extra free time during the pandemic to continue to sharpen their skills and grow as a team. They're able to log over 300 hours of training in 2020. So Officer Stotts and Zeki, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I apologize for the gruff in my voice. Zeki and I had a busy night last night, so we got home at about 3:45, but as you can see, he's got plenty of energy, so we'll get through this. As mentioned, in September of 2018, we got the green light for the K-9 program. It was something that I have always wanted to do. So we worked with the department, our administration, everything like that. And we got the green light. From there, it became the funding. So that was one area that the city of Middleton, this group in particular, everybody just really came out to assist us. And we were able to get the program going very rapidly. So a little bit about Zeki. Come here. He is a 3.5-year-old Belgian Malinois German Shepherd mix. He is labeled as a dual purpose canine. So he does article location for evidence, human location, tracking, narcotics, and handler protection. He's a wonderful dog. He is my best friend. He rides with me every day. He lives with me. He goes everywhere with me. So we've really gotten pretty close to each other. He's the best partner I've had because he doesn't yell back at me or talk back to me. He just kind of stinks in the patrol car, but that's something you get used to. Canine Zeki requires a lot of training. So every month we have 2 to 3 8-hour days of full training with other handlers in the area. But really it takes daily training. Every day we're doing something. Every day we get about an hour or two of training. So he's a really entertaining dog. It's amazing what he can do. Constantly, I'm amazed. Every time we have a deployment, it's really just neat to watch him work and watch what he can do. He's happy, he's loving, he's great with our community. And we really can't thank the community and members of this group, the businesses in Middleton and the surrounding areas who have really been thankful we've been thankful that we've been able to get this program going and keep it afloat. The initial startup costs of getting a canine unit is substantial, but luckily we were able to accomplish that very quickly and get Zeki on board. Normally at in-group sessions, this is when I open it up for specific questions about canine Zeki. I don't know how easy that is on the Zoom forum, but we can try it if anybody has particular questions about him.
Sure. So can you kind of share there's no typical call that you guys would get, but what's one of the more frequent things that Zeki is out doing for a deployment?
Yeah, so a lot of what Canine Zeki has been utilized for in our little over 2.5 years is tracking and evidence location. So it's tracking can be anything from a criminal has just run away from an officer or run away from a scene of an incident to missing children, elderly dementia patients who get lost or wander away. He's able to do that. It's really amazing. He loves tracking, and I think I finally figured out why, because he gets to run full speed for a while. That's really his only speed that he goes is full speed. So tracking has been a really big skill set for him.
And then how do you become a canine unit? How does Zeki get picked and trained, and how long does that process take?
Yeah, so normally it takes about 6 months to a year to get the process going. This is the first canine unit in the city of Middleton. So it took a little bit longer. As I mentioned, it was something I always wanted to do. So right when I got off probation at work, I started working on policies, writing a proposal to get a canine unit, and kind of wore the department down long enough until former Chief Falk said, all right, we better, we need to keep this guy quiet. So he gave it the green light then. But Troy, who was a captain at the time, was a huge proponent of it. We worked together a lot, and he really provided the ammo we needed to get the unit going. So from there, we selected the vendor that we got him from, which was Shallow Creek Kennels in Pennsylvania. When I went out there with another handler from the area, we tested 16 different dogs. So you're looking at some of the drives, some of their personalities, how well you bond with the dog. And then for me, one of the big things was when I took him for the final step, which was the rapport walk, he jumped up in my arms. So that was pretty easy. As far as getting the unit started in general, it's a lot of fundraising to get all the equipment. We have a fully functioning squad car that is assigned to K9 Zeki and I that has a lot of different equipment in it. There's a lot of technology in it to make sure that he's safe, on top of all the patrol equipment that's normally needed. So there's just a big expense in getting the patrol car, the K9, all the rest of the equipment that's needed, and the ongoing training that happens. We're constantly working on our skills. We want to be the best representation of a K9 unit to our city because everybody has been so great to us.
Awesome. Is there, can you tell us what his name means or how he got it?
Yeah, this was the name he was imported with. So he started his life in Budapest, Hungary. And so that was the name they had, and that was the name we wanted to stick with. It was what he was used to hearing, and I like it.
It's good. Does he help? Do you guys go to other communities then in Dane County if they call for help?
Yep. So we can go pretty much anywhere. I've been out of the county several times helping police departments who need a K9. But just like last night, I was out in Cross Plains when an incident happened in Middleton. So I had to, go back and forth. So we are constantly deployed outside of the city of Middleton too. And I think that's just a product of the skills he has, the reputation he has, and the really great teamwork that happens amongst jurisdictions in Dane County.
Okay, one more question, I promise, and then I'll let you go. What kind of needs do you guys have right now? So are you still fundraising? Are there things that Zeki needs that you're looking for help with?
We are always fundraising. We were very blessed at the inception of this program that we got a lot of great turnout. So it isn't an immediate need, but there's constantly things that happen. A piece of equipment breaks. He goes through these balls quite frequently. Just got a very strong jaw. So we're constantly fundraising. There are, the last year and a half has been a little rough on us as far as fundraising. Just we aren't able to do some of the events that we would like to do. So it isn't a dire need right now, but it is something that we want to continue to make sure that we're able to get everything that we need for him. I'm happy to meet with anybody, discuss things to talk about the fundraising, but we always do it, and we're looking forward to some fun events once we're able to get those things going.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. It was fun to meet you guys. If you haven't followed their Facebook page, you should check it out because I was on there yesterday. You can tell that these two have a great relationship and they have a lot of fun, but that they're also very hardworking and important parts of the department. So thank you both for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And, I've had him for a little over 2.5 years. I love talking about him. We do a lot of outreach in businesses. So if anybody wants to have us come in, talk to the group, we're more than happy to do that. It's easy to talk about him.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we are going to do FaceTime, you guys. It's time for FaceTime already. Can you believe it? So if you are new to FaceTime, what's going to happen is I'm going to create a couple breakout rooms. We're going to send you guys into those. So just take a moment to introduce yourselves and the company that you're here representing today, and then let conversation flow. We always pose a question, but you're welcome to use it or you're welcome to come up with something on your own. So the one we have for today is, what was the first thing you bought with your own money? So just give me a second here to create those breakout rooms. Okay. All right, I'm gonna send you guys off and we'll see you back in about 10 to 12, 15 minutes, somewhere in there. Have fun. Great, I think everyone is back. So we'll just kind of close out for today. We really appreciate you guys being here. Huge thank you to our September sponsor, Capital Bank. Thank you for all you guys are doing to support the community with the PPP loans this year and your community involvement and giving back. I think it's fantastic. And also a huge shout out to MG&E, Marco Technologies, Premier Retirement Partners, and the Hilton Garden Inn. We appreciate your continued support of Get Moving Middleton. And then while you guys were out in your breakout rooms, I did figure out next month's base question. So just start thinking. It's going to be, what should Kristen's cloggers dance to? So just, start mulling that over in your mind a little bit. Just a reminder also that we are going to send out a follow-up email tomorrow morning that will include a recording of this event and some handouts, a copy of the slides. And if you do not want your email included in the list of attendees, please let me know by the end of today, and I will remove that. Otherwise, follow us on all of the social media. Lisa does a great job of posting really fun things that we're out and about and doing that our members have going on. And we appreciate all of you taking time to join us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you, Kristen.